We have such talented students at OEC, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Thank you so much for performing this evening. You were lovely. Please welcome our next student speaker to the stage, Miss Emily Seward.
Yeah.
Okay, my speech is here. Excellent. How am I supposed to follow that? I'm like choking up over there. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. Just have a few words here. A few months ago, Jennifer Gendelman and I were musing about what it might feel like to be standing here at graduation, in which she asked me what I thought. I, without hesitation, we're in the car at the time, exclaimed, they're telling me to stand away from this. She has mocked me to this day for that, but I stand by it, and let me explain. I started with that because of how uncertain and thus scary our future seems to us right now. The eep, 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 more of an excited eep, refers to our faith in our future successes and excitement for what comes next. So I think that exclamation actually summed it up pretty well. So you didn't think there was really that much complexity to it, did you, Jennifer? But there was. I was totally intentional. I would conjecture that all of life's transitions are accompanied by ahs and eeps. This graduating class's choice to come to Oakland Early College certainly had a few, but somehow we got through it. Well, not just somehow. You see, there were more eeps than there were ahs. In other words, faith trumped fear. Faith that we could make it through this wonderful, topsy-turvy, non-traditional high school experience and be seated here today, awaiting our diplomas to be conferred upon us. Those teachers and important individuals on the stage here had faith in us too. They had faith in the school, in our education, and our individual potentials, and they were not let down. Each of us here today has accrued 30 or more college credits. Some of us even have associate's degrees bestowed upon us just a few weeks ago. If you were to ask any of us at the beginning of our careers here whether or not we thought ourselves ready for college, I'm sure that in our teenage overconfidence we probably would have said, why yes, of course. But I assure you, however, that very few of us genuinely were, particularly those of us who entered the school as sophomores. I am confident that the OEC staff were all very cognizant of this when we were accepted, and yet they still chose to release the reins and plop us down into college classes. We were quickly humbled, learning a lesson essential to our futures. College classes are fun. We had heard tell of the study skills necessary to succeed in college algebra, the hours we would have to put in to get the most out of that lab class, the resources like the tutors and the math lab and the writing lab that we might have to utilize more than a few times. And yet, to a certain extent, we went into the experience blind, as most do their first year of college, learning by doing, trying, failing, trying again, succeeding, repeat, repeat, repeat. But we endured throughout, keeping the faith that we would all be here today. And now I am proud to say that we are all collegiate success stories who are miles ahead of many of our college classmates, not just in terms of credits, but more importantly, in terms of maturity and resilience. Could we have had any way of knowing that that would be the outcome of this journey? Absolutely not, but we hoped it would, and it paid off big time. That being said, those people who initially put that seemingly ridiculous amount of faith in our success deserves credit. I'm sure we've all thought, what were you guys thinking? At one time or another during our careers here. The staff here had and continues to have the utmost faith in us, as well as unwavering hope that we will not only succeed academically, but continue to be humans of the utmost quality. Gratitude does not accurately describe the debt that we owe to you. Teachers, I'd like to look at you, but I can't really. I'm talking to you though. College has been a tremendous privilege to us, but I dare say the opportunity to sit in your classes through the years has been still more tremendous. You taught us how to care for learning in school, for others, and for ourselves. Whether we realize it or not, we have all become pretty dependent on your support. support, and it will be difficult at times to make the transition from your consistent care and attentiveness to the real world adventure we are soon to embark on. With that being said, as we move toward this next phase in our lives, we know that you will continue to cheer for us, and that means the world. We have faith because you had and continue to have faith. This school and the family that we have found therein has always reminded me of one of my absolute favorite children's books, The Phantom Tollbooth by Norman Juster. Here's the Spark Notes version of the plot. So The Phantom Tollbooth tells the story of a boy named Milo who encounters a magic toll booth one afternoon and, having nothing better to do, decides to drive through it in his toy car. The toll booth transports him to a land called the Kingdom of Wisdom. And there he acquires two faithful companions, has many adventures, and goes on a quest to rescue the princesses of the kingdom, Princess Rhyme and Princess Reason, from the castle in the air. When Milo comes back from the Kingdom of Wisdom, he attempts to return to the Phantom Toll Booth at a later date and finds a note for him where the toll booth once was, which reads, "Dear Milo, you have now completed your trip courtesy of the Phantom Toll Booth. We trust that everything has been satisfactory and hope you understand why we had to come and collect it. You see, there are so many other boys and girls waiting to use it too. It's true that there are many lands you've still to visit, some of which are not even on the map, and wonderful things to see that no one has yet imagined. But we're quite sure that if you really want to, you'll find a way to reach them all by yourself." I would liken Milo's experiences with the toll booth and the Kingdom of Wisdom to this class's adventures in this school. Just as with Milo, the friends we have made, the experiences we have had, and the support we have received will certainly be difficult to part with, but the knowledge and life lessons we have learned will be retained for a lifetime. It's time for this class to go visit those not yet discovered places and see the unimaginably wonderful things in our own lives. Do we know what the future will hold? Perhaps not. But faith hasn't let us down yet, and I believe it never will. Congratulations, OEC class of 2014. And now for our next fabulous student speaker, my partner in crime, Mr. Emerson Miller.